Hey there, happy day 1229 of What You Up To Now. Sharon Horne-Ellstrom here, documenting my journey originally as I transitioned from the brick and mortar corporate world of business to the online world. And now in 2021, I think that America needs a whole lot more going on than just online businesses. As easy as online businesses are, I'm doing some offline things again this year because I think it's critical. I think it's important. I think that we need to actually stimulate our economy in a positive way because small businesses have just got crushed in the last year. So I guess it's a online and offline business discussion in terms of what am I doing with respect to my businesses these days. So today and every day for a couple of years now, I have shared on my Supersize Your Business page an idiom a day. An idiom. What does it mean? Where does it come from? And how might you use it in your business to grow and build and supersize your business, scale your business, or maybe even just in your life. Because some of the idioms and expressions that are popular in America, there's actually 25,000 English idioms. And I think I've probably done about 900 or so over the last couple of years. And some of them are very, very challenging to apply to business. But they all apply to our life, or they don't apply to our life. Some I'm like, this is the most ridiculous idiom I've ever seen. Because some of them are just so supposedly common sense or what is it? Wisdom. Some kind of wisdom, but that everybody believes in, but is absolute BS. Those are the ones that make me crazy. So today we were talking about kicking the habit, and I shared 16 tips of how to kick a bad habit, and then the 3 R's for changing a habit or creating the habits and the routines and the rituals that move your life in the direction you want it to be. Those positive ways of creating what we want in our lives. And we can use the same things to create those habits as to knock off the bad habits. And the 3 R's, I'll just share those so we keep it short and succinct today, are reminder, routine, and reward. That's how we create new habits for ourselves. We set reminders of what we want and, little post-it notes around or alarms. I use my cell phone a lot for my alarms that remind me, and on each of my son taught me this, whenever you set an alarm, you can name that alarm. So I have certain alarms during the day that remind me of certain habits and behaviors. They're my reminders that I want to make sure that I'm doing and accomplishing every day that move me toward what it is that I want. And then routines, those are the routines that are triggered by the reminder. And I then go into those routines and those rituals and those habits and those processes and those systems. And then at the end of certain periods of times, I reward myself in different ways. Maybe I go out to dinner, or maybe now we can actually go out to dinner again. Maybe I go on a trip for several weeks. Maybe I hang out with my granddaughters. Maybe we do something fun. I go on a fun experience or adventure. Or maybe I do other things to reward myself. Maybe I buy a new blouse or something. Whatever. I find ways to reward myself for creating the life that I want and moving toward the habits that I want. And we can all do that. Which is kind of interesting that this particular idiom and expression kind of coincides with, we're doing 3 days worth in our annual challenge, Do One Thing Every Day That Centers You, which is our All About You 365-day challenge, because it's all about becoming and being the best version of yourself. And that comes from our center, from our core, from who we really are. And we need to know who that is before we can show up in the world as who we really are. And so this year's challenge for 2021 is to do one thing every day that centers you and centers me, that centers me. It's actually my personal challenge. Every year I do an annual challenge, and this year's is about getting to know myself, getting to know yourself, getting focused, understanding what makes me tick, what's important to me. And it's a 3-part challenge saying, which is pretty unusual. There aren't very many 3-day ones. There's several 2-day. Most are 1 days, but then sometimes there's a 2-day challenge. This one's actually 3, and it's talking about barriers moving, transitioning, barriers to transforming, barriers to blessings, obstacles to opportunity, and stumbling blocks to stepping stones. So we're talking today and sharing obstacles that we've turned into opportunities. I am down to one granddaughter today, so having a pretty easy day. My mom is in the hospital, maybe coming home today, so we're going to be busy helping her out, and then I've got the kids traveling in the next couple of weeks, so just kind of ramping up my energy because I'm going to need a whole lot of it. Otherwise, again, working on some online and offline projects. Mostly I'm keeping hush-hush about because I don't want to jinx them, but until they're ready to be presented, I don't want to go ahead and share those because confidentiality agreements and all those crazy things that we sign when we're doing things with other people. If I can help you in any way with questions, I spent 47 years over the last, several decades, 5 decades, building, sharing, scaling, selling, being in partnership in like 27 different industries. So lots of breadth and experience, and not, oh, I thought about doing this, and so now I want to be a life coach. I actually did these things, and here's what I learned from those things. So if I can help you answer any questions with respect to that, just ask in the comments below or direct message me. Again, I keep saying I'm going to not offer this anymore, but I always seem to find a way to help, and I want to do that. It's what brings me joy and makes me happy, is to help other people and answer questions, because I know how terrible it's felt to be stuck and feel like I don't have anyone to ask, or I don't know where to turn, or I don't know who can just point me in the right direction. And so I like to be a direction pointer and a link for people to other people and other resources and other things to make sure that we always keep moving in the direction we want our life to go. That's it. Have an awesome day. I'll, of course, with you tomorrow and let you know what I am doing on day 1,230 of my journey to go from the offline world to the online world and then just exist in the world. Have a great day.